continuing in the Garden of Emuna, we're on page 159, dancing and rejoicing in jail. You know, being in jail, we said, is a very, very extreme test of Emuna, and probably a very, very extreme thing to be in jail and dealing with murderers and who knows what goes on over there. Not good people are there, especially if we did or suspected of a real serious crime. They don't put you in a regular nice jail, where country clubs. So some people, unfortunately, are stuck in bad places, and when they're in the bad places, they are surrounded by bad people and bad influences. And you take tzaddikim and you take people that didn't do what they said. That's hard. But with all that, and you have to see, once we start doing the thank you Hashem, the rabbi has a song where he says, you see everything nithapech latova. And he explains that when you do this thank you Hashem, it's nithapech latova. You see the tova. You're zocher to see the tova. It's an unbelievable thing. You can actually see it. And we learned this from Yosef HaTzadik. We spoke about him previously. We're going to go deeper into the story. Yosef HaTzadik now has trumped up charges. He's in jail. And what happened to him? I mean, he overcame maybe the biggest test in his life. Not one day, not one time, but maybe constant, daily attacks from this woman for years. The many years that he was in her home. And then gets thrown in jail. I mean, that's crazy. So we see from here that we learn that this is what happens. Because how do we know? Well, what happened in the end to Yosef HaTzadik? Number one is, the rabbi brings down here from the Yalkut Shimoni how we learn this from Yosef HaTzadik. He says, Vayhi ish matzliach. This is when he was in jail. What do you mean, ish matzliach? He says, how can he be ish matzliach? Tagumo gvar kefiz. He explains in the Targum, meaning like the Onkelos, explains that what does it mean? It means that he was mekafetz umiraked. He was constantly dancing. He was constantly dancing, but he's thrown in jail. Unbelievable. He was able to overcome. So he's sitting there dancing in jail all day long. And you know what he gets from that? He gets a chen. And now the guard is like loving him. And he gives him the keys. And it says that everything he did was matzliach. And more than that, that the guard didn't even need to check over his work. Like sometimes you have a guy, okay, he's pretty good, but you got to check over. He saw there was not everything was in tip-top shape, the way it needed to be. He didn't have to double-check Yosef ever. It says, Insad bet hasoar ro'et kol me'uma biyado. They weren't paying attention to anything he did. Ba'asher Hashem ito, ba'asher hu oseh Hashem matzliach. Everything Yosef did, Hashem made it work out good for him. Unbelievable thing. And people loved that. They were excited by it. But how do we get that? And not only that, what do you see? You see the nithapech letovah. Because the second his gezerah was over, what happened? He became the melech. How do you become a melech if you're not doing the Emuna? If he would have been depressed, so okay, he's in jail now. So, okay, be depressed. Okay, Hazar Baruch. So you hate this guy, you hate that guy, and it's his fault, and it's that fault, and I can't believe that Hashem did this to me after all that I was trying to protect myself. And he could start blaming and go the other way. How many people go the other way? Has v'shalom. And they question, but what did he do? No, Mabarif. He did the Mabarif. He did the Mabarif, and he danced, and he sang, and he kept himself happy. And you know what? They ran to take him out of the jail the second the Gezerah was over. It says the Pasuk, Vayitzuhu. They went, Lashon of rats, of running. So the second it was over, and then what happened? He said one word, Bila'adai. Oh, it's all you. You're the king. What? You're the king. This guy's from jail. You're the king. Yeah, because thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Sing and dance. Yeah, it's automatic malchus. Who should be the king if not that guy? If not Yosef, who should have been the king? The guy who's depressed, who's sitting in jail, depressed and angry? No one would have even liked him. To become the melech, to be thought about, Hashem would have left him. He would have had no kingdom. Hashem leaves the depressed. Remember we said, we have to first choose to be happy. And Yosef is teaching us how to do it. Sing and dance. And not I'm here anyway. You got to do what you got to do. We know many stories of tzaddikim that were in jail, not just Yosef HaTzaddik, Moshe Rabbeinu. I mean, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was forced into a cave for 13 years. I mean, come on. What did he do? But he came out and they achieved something they could never have achieved had they not gone to jail, had they not been there. Yosef HaTzaddik could never have been what he needed to be without going there. Why? Hashem knows better. Hashem knows better. Not barif. There's people, the tzaddikim, they wrote sefarim in jail. They went there, they used it for their benefit. Now, these are tzaddikim that don't have issues. Yosef HaTzaddik, holy cow, didn't do anything wrong. Even when he told his father everything, the reason why he was dealt with such a heavy hand was because of the level of tzaddik he was at. So everything was taken to an extreme. He needed to be paid back for everything. Remember, each word that he said to this guy, oh, don't forget me, he got 2 years, Hazid. That's the level of tzaddik he is, and the level he's living with Hashem. So, kal v'chomer, us, we can't complain. We can't blame anybody. And we have to remember that it's nobody but Hashem. We should be zocher to understand that we could dance and we can sing anywhere we are in life. It makes no difference because it's from Hashem and it's kol tov and it's good for us. Somehow, if you overcome, you will be the king. We should be zocher.